Smoke a purse so sweet with HighThoughtsTV.
Y'all know what the fuck we doing, man. It's HighThoughtsTV. Niggas hot in the bitch, man.
I'm smoking a purse so sweet with HighThoughtsTV.
For sure. So, not to compare your music, but if you were to explain to someone who had never heard your music before, who would you feel like are some notable people that maybe they could maybe hear flashes of, or might influence your style, or like that you feel like you're on the same wavelength as?
Yeah, for sure. So I can be honest, like I'm not like one thing about me, and I feel like that shit goes through in my music is like ain't no hate involved. I feel like the biggest thing is about showing love and like showing gratification, no matter if a motherfucker is younger than me, older than me. Like, if you've been in the game and you've been paving your way and, like, you influenced, it's like, yeah. So, it's, like, numerous people that I can name. But I would say, like, as far as my style and, like, my biggest influence probably to this date would be Larry June. Like, I've been fucking with June probably since, like, shit, like, 2017, you know? Like, before he blew. So, it was, like, as his journey, like, I was going through personal shit, you know, fucking with his music. And it's like I was watching him grow. I'm like, damn. The shit, I'm like, nigga, I feel like I'm on same, like you say, wavelength. I don't think we identical as, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got their own shit and they got their own style, but it's like, I could definitely say that he's an influence in Currency as well. Like, I fuck with Currency a lot too, like, and that really came from, like, my brothers, because my brothers were, like, real big Currency heads, like, you know what I'm saying? So I really tapped onto that from them, and, yeah, you know, but I would definitely say, like, those two, but I try to incorporate some different, like, you know, especially like the Midwest, since I am from, you know what I'm saying, I'm from Chicago, so I try to incorporate some of that in there as well, but like, I'm just not on the tip of, like, you know, trying to really spread violence or anything like that. My main brand is about, you know, 7 ways. We trying to, you know what I'm saying, 7 ways to, it don't even just apply to just get money, you know what I'm saying, it's like, just creating opportunities, you know what I'm saying, it's a lifestyle to me, so, yeah, like, I don't know if I answered the question.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, for someone that's not being from Chicago, so you basically grew up within the school system.
Mm-hmm.
Being an outsider, they make it seem like as if Chicago, you know, Chirac, that hoe is deadly all over. Being someone that's a little more, you know, familiar with the area, what are your thoughts? Do you feel like it's definitely as hot as it seems, or is it still like, you know, safe zones, places that you can still go and
Obviously, I feel like, you know, the media is going to be a lot of propaganda. Like, there's going to be a lot of focus on the negative. Now, I feel like just as far as you in any major city, there's going to be violence. Like, yeah, Chicago probably has more violence compared to other major cities, and I think that's due to a historical aspect of, like, you know, it's like, if you go to Chicago, it's like really a segregated city. Like, there's mainly, like, you can go to pockets and there's, like, only black people over here. There's only Italian people over here. There's only, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you have that type of segregation and that type of, you know, you create that, I feel like that's what creates the violence in the city. Along with, like, you know, like, Chicago is one of the most corrupted cities in America. Like, you know, like, past couple governors have been in prison due to corruption and stuff like that. So it's like all that shit pretty much trickles down to everything. So I feel like, along with that, you know, and just the way the layout of the city, you know, some parts of the city are definitely, under, like, you know, they're not getting what they need as far as, you know, things for the community and stuff. So, I mean, I feel like that, and that goes with a lot of major cities, but I feel like that is something that's kind of pushed down, because not every part of Chicago is bad. Like, and there's a lot of good, thriving neighborhoods with, you know, middle class, you know, upper class, you know what I'm saying, black people that's doing well, but that's not going to be highlighted, you know, in the media. Of course, they're going to want to put, like, the violence and everything, so.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, they make it, like, they show a lot of the gang culture.
Right.
So did you have any instances where maybe growing up you had friends that they might not been on that, and then they ended up going that way, and maybe you didn't go that way? Did you have any instances like that?
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. Like, I know a lot of people, like, that I grew up with that's definitely, you know what I'm saying, involved in the culture. But, like, fortunately for me, like, I had, you know, a lot of family members that were involved in the life, and it's like I had more of a family structure than a lot of people. So it's like, if you don't have that guidance, you know what I mean, I feel like it's easy to get lost, because that's, of course, going to be an appealing lifestyle if you don't have anybody that's trying to, you know, feed life into you or push you into a certain direction of, like, more options besides having to go out here. Because I've always been a an independent thinker. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't never, and that's just where I was raised. I've always been like an independent thinker. I don't really think about like what the group is doing. I'm more so like, shit, what am I gonna do? You know?